Was a series of patched-up clothes and hand-me-down shoes. Dad worked long hours at his construction job just to make ends meet. Our tiny house creaked and groaned like it was about to collapse any minute. Meals were simple and repetitive. Beans, rice, and more beans. I shared a bed with my parents because we couldn't afford a separate one for me. Once when I was 7, I had an accident in the middle of the night and wet the bed. As I woke up and I realized what had happened, I started to cry. But instead of getting frustrated, Dad just hugged me and wiped my tears away. "It's okay, Liz. Accidents happen. We'll clean it up and everything will be fine." Life was tough, but I always felt loved. When I turned 16, things became tougher as Dad got super sick and he needed heart surgery. He couldn't work anymore, and I got a job as a waitress to help Mom out. A few weeks later, I noticed this rich-looking guy around my age who would come into the restaurant daily, and I'd always catch him staring at me. I ignored it for the first few days, but then I'd had enough. "Hey, what's your problem?" "Whoopsie. You don't need to clean it." I wasn't going to clean it. "Oh, okay, yeah, I mean, you don't work for me. I mean, I'd be lucky if a pretty girl with those pretty eyes worked for me, but no, only old people work for me now. Not that I'm against old people, like, ageism is bad." "Just tell me why you're here and why you keep staring at me. Are you a pervert?" "Oh, no, I'm not. I'm here for a reason, but I'm not sure I can talk to you yet." And then he just left. That was so weird. He disappeared for a few weeks, and I thought that was the end of it. But then one day, he came back and said he was ready to talk. "Okay, my name is Steve, and I think you're my neighbor's granddaughter, the Richard family. Your dad was super wealthy, but he had problems with his family and was cut off. You're supposed to be super wealthy too. It hurts to see you struggling like this. So yeah, I just can't be quiet anymore." I obviously thought it was a prank, but then he showed me pictures that made me stop short. That was my dad in his younger years, looking happy with some people in front of a mansion. "There's more. Maybe we can talk after your shift?" "Look, I don't know who you are and what you're trying to do, but please, just leave me alone." And I left before he could say another word. But all this information was making my head spin, and I asked Mom about it that night. "Oh, Liz, it seems like our situation will never get better, so I think it's time to tell you. Your grandparents are super wealthy, but your dad thinks they're dishonest people, maybe even thieves. He tried to expose them once, but when they found out, they cut him off for good. Please, don't talk to him about any of this. I have their address. Just go there and try talking to them. Maybe their hearts will soften when they see you, and they'll help with Dad's surgery. It's worth a try." This was a lot to process, but Dad's health wasn't gonna get better, and we needed money. So after a week, I made a decision to go. We told Dad that I got accepted for a free college course and that I would be away for some weeks. The next day, I took a train to the state where my grandparents lived and went to the address Mom had given me. I nervously rang the bell, and a butler opened the door.
"Yes, may I help you?"
"Hi, I'm Liz. I think I'm related to the people who live here. I'm their granddaughter."
"That's impossible. Their granddaughter already lives here. She's been with us for months."